What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. We got Al in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Albert, Andy, Bill, Cheryl. Good morning to Frank. We got Jeff, Jeffrey, Joe, JT, Lucy's in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Martina, Peter, Rob, Shane. Shane is in the house. Good morning to Wendy. All my people out in YouTube land. I got one screen today, so we'll go back and forth. Hostels number one, Clarice. That's like 2 days in a row. That's wild. Good morning to Austin. Good morning to Clarice M. Sky. Good morning, B. Jal. Good morning. We got Ben in the house as well. All my lurkers out in YouTube land. They're just not gonna say nothing to me all day. It's okay. I love you. I love you. It's okay. Just hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, let's see what this market wants to do today. Let's figure it out. Let's try to figure it out. It's very difficult because this market keeps gapping all over the place, moving all over the place. Just wild days. We have PCE coming out this morning. Came out a little bit hot, but the market not really moving too much off of it. We got some tickers coming in already. That's wild. That's crazy. Um, okay day to yesterday, believe it or not. Okay day. Didn't really give us too much insight, too much information. Except it was a retest gap. We did retest, so we got right into that VPOC slightly above it. I do like the fact that yesterday's VPOC actually closed on the SPY above the 200 EMA, so not bad there. Otherwise, big old high wave indecision candle. This morning, though, not fantastic for the market. We'll see if we could get in the next 27 minutes a little bit of buying, get right back into that high wave candle. We'll see. Otherwise, we have a little support where we're at now. Again, I'm targeting a little bit lower. I want to see us. I think something off like the 562 would be an interesting location for if the Bulls could come back and actually rally back, double bottom, get us back into maybe those 595 zones again. We got to start somewhere, that would be a very good location. So I have somewhere around 562, we'll say 561.94, somewhere in that zone. Otherwise, support for today, support resistance 564.62. Right now, we are gapping down below that. So I do think this 562 zone is going to be a very interesting spot. I think we probably end up getting there. I think short is the right direction for today. A little bit of retest from yesterday, but maybe get a little pump fake out of the gate. But I think 562 is your spot. So we'll see. That would give us a little bit more room to the downside. Let's check out the cues. I don't know why trading views kind of moving slow for me today. Lulu gapping down after earnings. Yeah. The report wasn't bad, but guidance did clobber them. They got clobbered a little bit. We got the cues. That is a rough open. Very rough open. Down underneath most of those VPOCs, we are holding to the line. One last VPOC. This is around the zone for that retest. Uh, close that gap fully. We are right at it. We're gonna have to see where the queue's open. Anything above really this 478.55 zone. Right where we're at, 478.55. We could open in that range. We still have a shot to be bullish. This is a retest. You've had 2 days of selling. If we start opening underneath it, which it looks like we're trying to, that's 477. And then you have spots all the way back down into this 474 zone, 473.79. Not a good open for the markets today. Not a great location. I'm hoping, especially into a Friday, we got a couple options expiring today. I am hoping the Bulls would like to hang in there. Doesn't look like it though. Bitcoin is so that kind of threw out a bearish engulfing candle at the moment. Again, they're not gonna make it easy. This is your support that we're at now. We got a little bounce off of it. So there's still a shot, but this is 84, 881. We want to see that thing hold. We don't want to see any more prints below it. If we do, you got your line in the sand somewhere right around 84, 200. Probably a little bit lower. Yeah, no, 84, 203 would be your next target. If that starts to break, it looks like we are starting to push a little bit lower. I wouldn't be surprised if you get almost a new pivot down, but I think your next target at that point probably takes you to like 80,000 again, 80,700. Yeah, when he says Bulls getting clapped, yeah, kind of has that appeal. Kind of has that feeling. What's not getting clapped is APP. APP looking good. So they had a little back and forth with is this a short? Is this not? Wells Fargo is saying it is not. So Wells Fargo coming out countering some previous reports that says their AppLovin is something you should watch out for. Wells Fargo saying no, you're good. You're in the clear. Nice little move. $20, $23 move to the higher side, so not bad on that one. You got a little resistance ahead of you. We're not quite there yet, but 291.82. Otherwise, your immediate support, and I think you still, that was a large candle that we put in yesterday. I mean, that candle by itself is roughly 323 to 256. It's a $75 day. Is that true? This thing gets some wild ranges. But it is gapping up. Wells Fargo has also been relatively bullish on AppLovin. I think they have some of that in the portfolio. So who to believe? I don't know. I don't know. But let's stay above this 281. We stay above 281. Yeah, have some opportunities to hit some of those higher VPOCs. Do we take out the entire candle? I don't think so. That would be very, very bullish if we do. Obviously, we have some good volume on that one too. So we'll see. What crazy candle came in to where? To the SPY. It looks like everything just got a little bit of a bounce. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me know. Somebody if there's news. Let's see if YouTube's got anything. No. Yeah, let me know if there's any news. Looks like we just got a little bit of a pop, but we'll see. We'll see if any of that holds. I don't know if I don't know if Trump I don't it's too early for Trump. He should be sleeping. He should be sleeping. He has never done a press conference in pre-market. Is that wild? We got TSM. TSM is looking weak still. Yep. So look for some resistance on this one, somewhere in the range of 168.79-ish. Otherwise, that looks like we probably get continuation to the downside. So I'd rather be a bear on TSM for the moment. Just drink a coffee. It's real hot. Well, I don't know why. Hold on. I gotta restart this trading view. I don't know why this thing is moving so slow. Maybe it's just my internet connection. Yeah, traveling today, so only one screen, and my internet is my internet. But TSM looks like it's lower. Let's see, Baba. Also, I have like 55 screens open too. That probably doesn't help. We got consumer sentiment today at 10. The last few consumer sentiments have not been good. Let's see if that trend continues. We got Baba just not really doing anything. Yeah, so you're in this range, same range we've really been in for the last 5 days. It is a gap and go to the bear side. You're holding a little bit of support. If you could hold pretty much where we're opening right now, great. Hangs in there, but it is below the 20. And then next target to the downside is 132.25. That's gonna be your big one. If you could break down this 132.25, um, your next target gets you into, and this would be the kind of the major one at this point, but 130.59. Anything below that, you're probably in for some of those maybe gap fills, things like that. Pushing to the downside. So Baba just kind of chilling at the moment. Let's take a look at Palantir. It even takes a while for the spot to put your ticker in to pop up. That's kind of not good. We got Palantir is gapping down, so looks kind of like the rest of the market. As the market moves higher, Palantir moves higher. Market kind of pulls back last couple days. So does Palantir. Otherwise, you have support resistance. We're right underneath the one we should be not underneath. That's 89.40. Kind of breaking that down. I think your next target on this one takes you into like this 87.47. So Looks weak. It is again. Now you have 3 days of selling. It's not probably the best time to go short. You have targets not too far away. If there's a high wave candle, let's move this one higher on the list. But if there's a, that's already up there. If this one has a high wave candle, it's probably, I think the short side looks good on that one. Lululemon. Yep. We got to take a look at that one. It's coming back into my buy spot. Not quite there yet. Not quite. I would love to add some more positions to Lululemon because I love to buy things. Otherwise, yep. Earnings came out. Earnings really not that bad. Again, it's a company with no debt. It's very hard for a company with zero debt to go bankrupt, but uh the CEO kind of messed up. It kind of messed up a little bit. Earnings came in 4.9% beat, so not bad on earnings per share. You did come in with 34 million higher on revenue, so the earnings really not that bad. What goes south for this one is guidance. They said could be a little difficult. And then CEO talks about tariffs. No, unless you're talking AI, you have to mention AI, not tariffs. So CEO did not get the memo on how to handle that conference at all. Other than that, Lululemon gapping down a little bit. You are below some relatively key support, which should have been 304.52. And I think you got some more room to the downside. I'm not sure the range on this one. I think the next really decent one. I'm looking at some volume at the bottom. I don't really see too much holding us up. Really down until the 261. So I think we get back to 261 at some point. But for day trade wise, I think you're playing that one to the short side. You got Hood. We'll take a look at that one. HOOD. Pre-market looks a lot like actually Palantir. You got your 3 days down. A little bit of support resistance, 42.91. We're below that. So that would be my resistance for today. The next target, immediate target at least takes me into 41.73. I think this one gets bid up. I don't think we come all the way back into yesterday's range on this one. Maybe the low end of yesterday's range also kind of matches up with some VPOC. So again, 43.09-ish. Probably your resistance. So I'd look for a pop on this one at open, but I don't think it's a short. I think it's a very short-lived pop. Unless again this market does get some kind of a bounce, like when he was talking about. Yeah, the candle's coming a little stronger. Tesley's up to 277 now, not bad. Yeah, I don't know if there was news on that. Lucian says personal spending was zero point 0.4 versus zero point 0.5, even though personal income was. Was it a report that was just released? I don't think so, right? Was that PCE? All right, X is gapping up as well, so we'll take a look at that one. The 830, the PCE. Got you. We got the X, which we were looking at this one the other day. And again, if you were in it for a swing trade, you are benefiting from this one. But that was a great breakout candle. Very good close on it. VPOX breaking out of all other prior resistance. And it just gave you 2 days of consolidation. We even tried, I think, a day trade on this one, which we made some money, not a full R. We came in a little short on it before the pullback. I think we missed targets by like 25 cents, if I remember correctly. I don't know how I remember that, but otherwise, good gap today. I think we have a little bit of news on it. Potentially buyout merger. Yep. So the merger is back on the table with Nippon Steel. But really good news on that one. But the chart was setting up for this move. I don't think this one keeps running. I don't know where the merger numbers would actually value this stock at, but this one is most likely a fade at this point. Again, lots of opportunities to kind of get into this one at different levels for breakouts, and I think those people probably gonna look. I would look to take my profits. So I don't think this one holds. I think this is probably more of a fade on X. We'll see gold pushing. If that's not telling you there's a little fear in the markets, everyone is running to some safety gold, huh? All right, we got Meta. That one is Yesterday was technically a green candle, but the whole day was a retest gap. So I don't think this is as much of a gap and go as it looks. That being said, not a great open. I would act almost as if this is a retest, though. A retest of a retest. That would take my first spot to look to go short. I think short is the correct direction. Again, unless we get some news or consumer confidence is wild, I don't think that should really, it's not going to target tech. It's not going to target Facebook. But somewhere in this, if you get into like the 601 zone, I think if you get a little retest, a little bit of a high wave candle, might be an opportunity to go short. I think your target on this one to the downside is probably 594.17. So maybe we get a little jump at open. Again, the way everything looks, and we've seen that before. We've seen that there was like 2 days. Yesterday was one of them, and there was one other day where everything kind of looks not great at open. We're already breaking some key levels, and then we rally. That was yesterday. We did not hold any of it. Today looks a little like we're back in that same situation. So I don't know if we get some crazy run ups, crazy bull move on Meta. A better spot if you could get a short. Really good spot would be 606.62, but I don't know if we're gonna get there. I think the sentiment's weak, and I think eventually we're going to target down into this 593.60 zone. So, yeah, I think short on that one, but I think it's a little bit of a trickster out of the gate. Let's see how that one plays out. High wave candle, though, go short on a high wave would be fantastic, I think, too. And I think we should let some of those candles close today. I don't think we have to jump in the first early 3 minutes of the day because I think there's going to be this market seems like it's setting up for a little bit of a trap. We'll see. MSTR that's looking rough. It's another one not looking great. We are holding on to one big support. That's going to be somewhere around 318.49. We're about 30 cents over it. Lots and lots of room to the downside. This one might be one of my favorite shorts today. Again, gap and go technically if you're just looking at a green candle from yesterday, but that was a retest as well. Even this one, I think probably rallies at open 324. So I think you go potentially about $4 higher, $4 or $5 higher before that actual short comes in. Let's get this one higher though. The room to the downside is it's a lot. There's a lot of room on it. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to get this one higher on my chart. Trading views acting so slow. Cheryl says Netflix. Let's take a look at that one. If I could type. There we go. Inside day. Yesterday was a high wave candle. I think if you're looking at the trend, you got to look back a couple days on this one. And you do have from 2 days ago, big bearish engulfing candle. That would take my direction to as long as this candle from 2 days ago does not break out, your risk reward is to the downside. So you have probably about 997. I almost got to $1,000. You got 997.46. Anything above that, and that will give you kind of that free one runway up to the highs somewhere above like 1,050. But bearish engulfing candle, rest day from yesterday, not a great open, technically a gap and go. We are opening essentially at the close, so not much movement. Only thing really keeping you up on this one is some of these moving averages. You are above the 20, the 50, the 100, the 200. So everything still looks decent where I don't think we get the immediate huge collapse on this thing. But I think your risk reward as a day trade after that move, bearish engulfing candle, probably to the downside. Maybe even as a swing, you have really, really good support pretty much at that 20. So somewhere down to like 956.34 if this thing can break down today, that would be probably a stretch target. Immediate target 969.89, 969.85, something like that. We did hit that one now twice, so a little bit a little bit easier to break down if we could continue to get back down there, and that could be a good short too. But it does look a little choppy, a little bit. We got SMCI. SMCI is doing something different than the rest of the market. Still not a great looking open. Like, that's not gonna make me excited as a bull, but at least it's getting a little gap up for the moment. That candle, pretty horrific for SMCI, closing below that previous big green candle, closing below that little pivot. I think you got targets on this one to 33, 37. Very interesting gap up though. Um, if this is a gap and go, and you can get a little bit of a rally, you have your first real resistance that's going to take you into this 35.53 zone. If you get to the high pretty much or the opening price of yesterday's candle, that's where yesterday's VPOC is 36.33. That I think should be met with a lot of resistance. So we'll see. Wendy said you're shorting it. Yeah, I think it's to the short side. It is gapping up, but you're just inside, still like relatively lower half. And that candle is not a that is not the candle that says this thing is ready for some kind of reversal. Yeah, you're gonna fade that one. Yeah, I'd see if this one come a little bit higher, but this is an interesting. It is an interesting location where we're opening at. So this might be an open and drop, or if it doesn't do that, you start to get some bull runs. Then watch for the pretty much essentially the opening price of yesterday. We'll see. Let's see. I'm on one screen. Let's go. What's my people in YouTube doing? We got Apple. Baba, we did take a look at. Let's take a look at Apple and then see GME as well. Apple showed a little bit of strength, so that one did run yesterday. It closed green. It didn't give it back like a whole bunch of other stocks. A lot of stocks just gave it all right back. Apple held up. The only problem is he didn't hold it up past that 200 though. So technically, there's your breakdown on your 200. There's your little run up retesting that 200. I think this is a very good swing trade to the bear side if yesterday's pretty much opening price gets taken out. Otherwise, for right now, it is bearish gap and go. Technically, if you get bought up at open, watch for resistance somewhere around 223.18 on this one. If you would like to establish a short position, I think you have really good risk to reward for both day and swing on Apple at this location. And then again, targets for today, I think you have the potential to get to 219.65. I see one other VPOC in there, one other level that could hold us. That is the level we've been holding for the last 2, 3 days at this point, but that's 221.03. Got to get through that one. Otherwise, yeah, bearish gap and go. Still inside last 3 days, a little bit choppy. GME. GameStop getting into the crypto space. They need to raise debt, increase their debt, sell some bonds, and then take that money and buy monopoly money, which is nice. That's a good strategy. I like it. I like it. So they are convinced Bitcoin is here to stay. They're taking the playbook from Michael Saylor, and they are really just kind of hanging out for right now. But you have $21, but yeah, they just added a bunch more debt. And if Bitcoin does good at this point, GameStop is now going to be pushed into the crypto play. So crypto doesn't do so well. I would expect GameStop to be dropping with it. Crypto Bitcoin does good again. Start getting above the 90, and you're going to see some rampage on that one. So the narrative switches to how come you don't sell any games to what's the current price of Bitcoin? Still a little bit over leveraged on this one price wise. Again, if you like crypto, why not just buy Bitcoin? I don't know. If you are bullish on crypto, you could buy crypto miners, you could buy now GameStop, you could buy MSTR. MSTR, you're paying a premium to buy just Bitcoin. GameStop right now, I think its valuation is roughly about 2 times their Bitcoin portfolio. So just well, I don't know, just buy Bitcoin. That's what I think. But if this thing comes low enough, if we get some kind of a crazy move down to like the $10 range, maybe I'll buy some, just hold it and see what happens. Other than that, yeah, we'll see. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla with a very interesting move yesterday. Extremely interesting move. They were not supposed to be as strong as they were. I didn't think so. You had very big levels at, I was looking at this like 279 zone. Somewhere around 290. Yeah, no, 290, 279. Somewhere around there should have been a level that we were going to struggle with yesterday. We only consolidated there for, I don't know, 15 minutes, and then we broke past that 280 mark and we just rampaged right into a previous resistance. So now we got up again to this 290.34 zone. Not able to break it. We pushed pretty much essentially into that 200, and then we faded. We gave it all back. We had a little reversal candle. Watch the lows of yesterday. I think if this one breaks down, even as a swing trade, I think you could almost play yesterday's candle as your range. So if we get some kind of a short, that candle breaks down, that would be your short. I think you have room back to like 251. So not great. We're just chopping in here. You have good support for right now. Today, 274.77. You got a little support at 273.14. Resistance is right back into this 279 zone. So 278.43. We'll see if we get some strength on this one, but that was an interesting move that we did yesterday. Uh Surprising. I wasn't sure they were going I was even trying to buy some protection on my plays, and then it was a quick sell. Should have got some more protection at the 290 zone, but no, I wasn't thinking that. Why would I do that? We got Google. That's not a good open. Retest gap. Again, maybe this one fades first. If it does, look to get into the short side potentially around 162.75. That would be my better level to short. Otherwise, there's two things that I think could happen on this one. One, I don't love the fact that we just took out all of those green candles. That's not terrific. You have a little bit of support right here. So if we either open and we rally, I think your short opportunity comes in a little bit higher. That would get you better risk reward. Or if we come in and we flush right away, look for that bounce back into this price. And then you're going to play this one. So at open, I don't think I'm going to touch it. I don't think it opens and just straight flushes. Maybe it does, and I miss it. Wow, the bell is loud on my computer today. But we'll see. We'll see how this one wants to push. Otherwise, everybody on YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you have not done so already. But that is the morning bell. And